My cat really just wanted to be in on this recording. She wouldn't stop meowing outside the door a little bit. Kind of like how the Space Ninja in this episode was kind of following the other half of our cast and has a pretty much major role to play in episode 22 of the Ninjala anime. So today, she's being crazy. So today we're going to be talking about episode 22 of the Ninjala anime. So hello ladies and gentlemen and all the core gamers out there. CAJ Man 777 here, and welcome back, of course, to another Ninjala anime discussion. Like I said, today we're going to be talking about episode 22, and unlike episode 21 that kind of focused around our other half of the characters that are currently in Odeo investigating the whereabouts of the Shadow Ninja, we're going to take a step back to the current going-ons in the WNA and around Eagle City to find Lucy, Van, Emma, Ron, and Burton dealing with a Space Ninja threat that has obviously been a problem for a very, very long time in the Ninjala anime. And obviously from the end of episode 21 going forward into episode 22 is a continuation of the story from what we saw for them in the end of the episode. So if you guys are currently enjoying the Ninjala content here on the channel and enjoying these Ninjala anime discussions, do me a favor before we go any further and hit that like and subscribe button. That way we can get there. I'm excited to talk about this episode because, oh my goodness, I thought we were done with Ninjala Story Mode Chapter 1. To be fair, I thought it was a modification, but oh boy. The ending of this put a big smile on my face. So let's get to talking about it. We open up our episode with a very similar situation to how we opened up the end of episode 21, where the Space Ninja obviously is stuck on the car and it's currently following the students. It's currently following, our other five back to the academy by being stuck to Amy's vehicle intentionally. And what ends up happening is, as the kids are heading back and getting into the secret base, or, figuring out what they exactly want to do with the Space Ninja, the Space Ninja that attaches to the car has been following them. They're kind of very aware that something is following them, as Emma is the first one to notice it, and everybody kind of feels like they've been being followed, except Burton. Burton doesn't realize Burton's Ninja Sense Pro isn't very good, to say the least. He probably doesn't have the card equipped. He probably just doesn't see the Space Ninja coming behind him in any way, shape, and or form. So the Space Ninja somehow went from turning sideways to turning vertically. Of course.
Space Ninja.
Notice about the Space Ninja at first is it kind of looks sad, acts a little sickly. It's very kind of closed off compared to the last Space Ninja. Now these blue Space Ninja are known as the Chocomen. They have a hierarchy. They have the green ones are like the Mimi Rune. The blue ones are the Chocomen. I believe the orange ones are literally just orange. Which is funny because they had a big part in Orange Sea Terror so long ago back in season 1. But obviously this is Space Ninja. This is a problem for our main 8 cast, and the first thing that Lucy does is, well, she decides to absolutely kick the crap out of it. Literally, she drop kicks it. Huh.
Lucy.
But you notice that the Space Ninja also isn't attacking any of the characters, and while some of the characters are hesitant that, hey, maybe we should call in the Extermination Squad to deal with it, what exactly is going on? Why is the Space Ninja following us? Does it want something from us? So, what I find interesting about this is that this Space Ninja actually, for the entire episode, is coming up with a plan, and Bird's the first one to realize, hey, wait a minute, we have a Space Ninja here. If we end up reporting this to the WNA scientists are going to take it away from it. And we know absolutely nothing about the Space Ninja. The WNA hasn't told us anything specifically about the Space Ninja. And this is something that Burton wants to know. Why the WNA hasn't told them anything about the Space Ninja. I think a running theory in the community currently is that the Space Ninja, when they are defeated or when they are captured, they can turn them specifically into Ninja Gum, which is a community running theory that I've heard a couple people talk about. I don't think so, because most of the times when we see the Space Ninja defeated, they kind of vanish into thin air. They vanish into particles and stuff like that. So I don't necessarily think that's the case. But what our main five here end up deciding to do is they actually end up taking this Space Ninja in, and they take it to, of course, the secret base, and they put it in an older tube because they want to, well, Burton more specifically wants to research the Space Ninja and figure out exactly, okay, why the heck is the WNA hiding all this information from us? And while most of them are hesitant at first, Ron and Emma are the first to agree with it, that you're right, the WNA haven't told us anything, so let's take it in and do our own research. Now, granted, they could get in trouble for this from Genryusai, and trust me, they will in this episode, but that's a great way to open up the episode as they take it to the secret base and, of course, leave it there for the day. No chill! Lucy has no chill!
他のが現れないってことはこいつだけか。ブルース先生に報告する。待って。報告したら WNA の科学者がやってきて連れてっちゃうよ。それがどうかしたか？そしたらこれまで通りスペース忍者に関しての情報は
Oh, he wants to research it himself.
何が言いたいの？
He's got the lab.
僕たちはこれまで何度も
They have the lab set up in the secret base.
倒してきたけど本当にそれでいいのかなって。いいも悪いもないじゃん。倒すのが任務だし。だからって正体も目的もわからない相手をただ闇雲に倒すのはどうなんだろう。
どうかな。
じゃあ調査してるってこと？
おそらくな。
だとしてもその結果を僕たちに教えてはくれない。なんで？大人の事情ってやつ？
さあな。
スペース忍者
Ron's mouth did not look like it was moving. Again.
だったらやっぱり話を聞くべきじゃないかな。話って？何のために忍者ガムを狙うのか。さらに言えば何のためにこの星へやってきたのか。
調査と
Or they're gonna take it to the base,
ミー
I
は
think.
バートンの意見に賛成だな。俺も。ルーシーは？
あたいはこいつらが何者かとか興味ない。
Took it to the base.
うわ、もうすぐ門限タイムだぜ。うん。本格的な調査は明日からにしよう。
Of course, as they leave, though, the Space Ninja breaks itself out, and it starts looking for things the moment it breaks itself out of this tube. Now, obviously, it's got to be looking for the Ninja Gun. There's no other thing you can be looking for. The Space Ninja are very specific, and it kind of messes with the whole base a little bit. But eventually, the Space Ninja finds the secret exit to the secret base, obviously, in Ninjala. Now, obviously, this has multiple entrances and exits, and this Space Ninja, unfortunately, finds itself, I believe, in the room of Genryusai at the end of it. It has no idea where it is. What's his little hand? So many different entrances and exits to the academy. It's actually kind of funny. So obviously our main five characters are Ron, Jane, Ron, Emma, and Burton find their way back into the hideout because I guess it's the weekend now. Lucy wanted nothing to do with it, and Van's off playing basketball. That is the reason we're giving it in the episode. Don't worry, we'll see them again. But obviously, these three want to see exactly what's going on with the Space Ninja. So obviously, as they make their way back into the base. Specifically, they find that the Space Ninja, of course, is gone. And Ron is the first to point out that, hey, this thing tore up the base. It was looking for something specifically. It didn't take anything, but it was looking for something.
スペース忍者は
やられたな。だから忠告したんだ。
アナログじゃ通用しなかったか。
まだ近くにいるかもしれないよ。手分けして探
So
そう
many
よ。
entrances and exits. It's gonna be really hard for them to find it.
いたか。
こっちもダメ。
一体どこへ行ったんだろ
あの散らかりようは明らかに何かを探した後だ。
う。何かって？
決まってるだろう。
あ、忍者ガム。
今回もそう考えるのが自然だ。
And this gets our main three here a little bit worried because now all of a sudden, okay, why is the Space Ninja going for Ninja Gum? And Burton's immediate reaction, although he is off model when he says, oh, Ninja Gum, good lord, that is so obviously off model, it bugs me, and I'm even looking at it on my other monitor here just as like a still. Although I have to give them credit, I have to give the animators credit, while he is kind of off-model, like his face is off-center, they did try something new with the angle of Burton talking. It's a close-up with him talking, so his mouth is mostly in the center of the frame. So it's a new thing, and I thought that was really cool. What ends up happening is they decide, okay, with this Space Ninja escape, we're going to have to go look for it and probably not have Genryusai catch on, because if he catches on, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. So where they end up going is they end up heading to the academy to find exactly where this is, knowing that, seeing that the Space Ninja had exited the secret base, it most likely took another exit or another entrance to get somewhere else. And what we find about the secret base is this fake wall panel, if you enter on the left side, enters you into the Ninjala secret base, but if you exit it and enter in the right side, it actually takes you into Genryusai's room, which we've actually seen used a couple times. Once in Story Mode Chapter 2, although that was the pipe from Genryusai's room to the secret base. And then the other one is obviously from this episode where they go right into Genryusai's room.
そして俺が奴の立場なら一つや二つではなく大量のガムを狙う。
Ron's hair's a little off there.
アカデミー？
だがそんな情報は入っていない。
他に大量のガムがある場所はガムの製造工場。
そんなものがあればの話だが。
毎日あんだけのガムを使ってるんだから、あってもおかしくないよ。
あ、わかるかも。
イエス。きっと教えてくれるよ。
会えるか。できれば本部の者にバレずに。
うん。アジトの秘密の出入り口からは本部にある源流祭様の部屋に直接行けるらしい。
この中っていくつか分かれ道があるよね。
そのどれかを通れば行けるはずだ。
So, as they make it to Genryusai's room, they end up finding that the Space Ninja is going to be there. But before we get to that, we get a cut back to what Jane, Bereka, and Kappa are up to. And obviously, we know they're currently behind the first line of Shadow Ninja. Now, we're not going to get too much of them in this episode. In fact, this episode is mainly focused around what's going to be happening, I believe, in this episode and the next episode with Burton, Ron, and Emma, and Van and Lucy, and seeing what they have to do with. But it kind of establishes this interesting timeline, to say the least, because now suddenly the events of Story Mode Chapter 1 and part of the events of Story Mode Chapter 2 are playing out almost at the exact same time. Cut back to, yeah, we did cut back. This is how I thought these next few episodes were gonna go. I figured they'd be cutting back and forth.
一見ただの森に見えるけど、これで見ると
Until you look through these. The meteorite
ま
site.
たしても赤外線センサーか。スパイ映画じゃあるまいし。
いやいや、スパイみたいなもんでしょ、現代の忍者は。
こんな何もない山の中で足止めだなんて。
Come on, Jane!
お江戸の温泉気持ちよかったな。
Which is interesting, because you don't really get that when you play the Story Mode Chapter 1 and Story Mode Chapter 2 in Ninjala. It doesn't feel like the characters are separate and doing different missions almost at the same time, but they are, which I find very interesting, and I'm wondering how that will connect or develop the story as it goes forward. Considering we don't have Story Mode Chapter 3 and the team doing Story Mode Chapter 3 was bought out by Tencent a while ago. I'm not sure if Ninjala story modes are even going to be continuing, but so it'll be up to the anime, if that's the case, to tell some of the story, so fans will have to wait for the anime episodes for, obviously, speculation and stuff like that. As we cut back to the park with, of course, Genryusai, we know that Burton, Emma, and Ron are currently in the room with the Space Ninja. However, we cut over to Genryusai, who's currently just resting in the park with Gumchi, when Gumchi starts going a little crazy, once again, noticing that, hey, my Space Ninja detector is going off, because Gumchi, ideally, is probably just a Space Ninja in general. But Gumchi is like a friendly version of a Space Ninja, which is interesting. We need more information on what Gumchi actually is. All we know is that he came with the meteorite to Odeo, so he probably has some connection to the Black Stones and stuff like that, and the Space Ninja. It'll be interesting to see what we get development on Gumchi, even as he is the Ninjala mascot. Kind of has still an important role in the story, and I like that a lot. Either way, Gumchi lets Genryusai know that, oh my god, my Space Ninja detector's going off, and Gumchi points at the Academy, and this alerts Master Genryusai to go directly back to WNA HQ and the WNA Academy. Cut back now to Burton, Emma, and Ron, and they, of course, find the Space Ninja wrapped up in this blanket and tie it up very, very quickly as Genryusai enters the frame.
から公園で昼寝でもするか。
ガムチガム
待つんじゃガムッチ。どうしたんじゃ。
イルチ
ぬぬ、もしやスペース忍者か。
待ってください。どこへ行くんですか。あ、
チョココ
すごい連携だね。
また逃げられたら面倒だ。
源流祭様。
And that's, Genryusai unfortunately overheard the conversation, and Genryusai goes, wait a minute, you have a Space Ninja wrapped up here? And they're honest with Genryusai, and he says, and they say, well, we caught one last night. And this is where Genryusai finds out, and obviously, Genryusai has some choice words, for our three main cast here, saying, you are not following orders, it is your job just to follow orders, when obviously Burton and Ron even on the same team, because obviously they developed the Ninja Gun research together, and they want to know exactly what the heck's going on. They want information on exactly what the heck is going on, not only with the Space Ninja, but where is the Ninja Gun? Why is the Ninja Gun being produced at the gun factory? The things that they need to know that they don't know, which is why they went to Genryusai in the first place. And this scene's actually kind of interesting, because Genryusai decides, I'm gonna let this kind of go, but you're still gonna follow my orders. Of course, during this entire conversation, the Space Ninja decides to escape, and, well, yeah. Guess where it's gonna escape? To the gum factory.
もしやその中にスペース忍者が。
It still hurt.
昨晩僕たちが捕まえました。
何？どうして報告しなかった？
それは。
まあいい、早速対応しよう。
待ってください。実は彼らの正体や目的が何なのか調べてみたいんです。
それをやるのはお主らではない。それとも何か誰かがそのような任務を命じたのか。
いえ。
ならば今すぐ WNA 本部に引き渡すんじゃ。
渡せば何も教えてくれない。それが今の WNA のやり方だ。
正体や目的がわからない生き物をただ倒すなんてミーは嫌。
お主らの任務はスペース忍者が出現した場所に駆けつけ捜索し発見次第報告すること。それ以上のことをしてはならん。
でも
WNA の任務は絶対じゃ。
Ooh.
ミーはなんか納得いかな
I'm
い。
getting feisty.
現段階において我々人類と敵対しているのは明らか。つまり和を乱す存在じゃ。ならば討伐せざるを得ん。わかるな。
Obviously, the WNA is very hush-hush, very secretive, and obviously they have their security division, the only one boss you to handle that. And we've already seen sometimes how they can be incompetent, but other times they're also, like, really tricky, as we've seen with, you know, the Tsukikage, obviously Alan himself, as he was able to confront Ron face-to-face as well. So, the security division of the only one boss you and the extermination squad that they've set up for the Space Ninja are very specific for their role. Either way, I still think this is like a very solid scene overall for why the character's only given so much information and why Genryusai has been part of the WNA for as long as he has. Because he understands that sometimes being a ninja, you do have to make the tough decision and ignore certain things for the sake of others, for the sake of peace. And it's a very nice scene overall until, you know, the Space Ninja escapes. It's like a good lesson of the episode. Of course, when the Space Ninja escapes through the secret passage, what is really interesting is immediately everybody's going after the Space Ninja, including Genryusai. And the first three to go after it, as Genryusai says, Gumchi, you're going to wait here while I go handle this. First three to go after it are being, obviously, Burton, Emma, and Ron. Kind of run into a different problem as the Space Ninja is escaping. Two Shadow Ninjas suddenly kind of come out of nowhere, throw a smoke bomb, allowing not only them to escape, them to lose the Space Ninja, but then Genryusai comes in, and they're saying, oh god, it's the Shadow Ninja. And what's really interesting here is this is getting into, like, what I think is going to end up happening, which is why Story Mode Chapter 1 and Story Mode Chapter 2 are kind of running in tandem. Because remember, Leonard is still somehow under the care of the WNA Academy. We haven't seen Leonard in the last couple episodes, which makes me think he's doing exactly what he's doing in Story Mode Chapter 2 and investigating Odeo, or even working with the Shadow Ninja. So the fact that he might have overheard this conversation at some point, where he's like maybe off screen and they never show him, although I doubt that. It's an interesting concept, because why would the Shadow Ninja suddenly show up to protect this one Space Ninja they're pursuing when the Shadow Ninja did not know the Space Ninja was being pursued? Makes me think they were fed some form of information to get that done. There it is. I was waiting for something like that to happen. Either way, this Space Ninja ends up running to the gum factory that our main characters end up going to, and it manages to sneak its way inside as Genryusai decides to call in the extermination squad. They end up chasing the Space Ninja overall to the gum factory. And this is where the episode gets interesting, because what I initially thought, this is Fort Riverdale. This is where, like, the actual gum factory is. In the Ninjala game, maybe that's the case, where it's a much bigger gum factory. But there is one in Eagle City that's in an abandoned bowling alley. However, as Genryusai points out, this is heavily guarded by the members of the Oniwambanshu security team, as the moment you take a step under the archway for the bowling alley, as Genryusai demonstrates,
表向きは廃墟のボーリング場じゃが地下にガムの製造工場があるんじゃ。そして一歩でも敷地内に入ったら
源流祭様、
警備ご苦労。不審なものを見かけてはおらんか。
特には。
members of the Oniwambanshu show up and say, what's going on, Master Genryusai? And it's instantaneous as well. So the Space Ninja unfortunately sneaks in, and once the Space Ninja finds out that there's Ninja Gum inside, it lets out this just guttural cry that alerts so many Space Ninja, and they come and they end up coming straight out of the sewers to a literal army, by the way. A literal army kind of shows up as Genryusai and the two security division members walk in. The Space Ninja manages to escape, and it suddenly turns around, dodging the members of these Oniwambanshu security teams, attacks, knocks them absolutely out cold, and obviously all the cast are, met together again, as they know they were tracking the Space Ninja. They called in Van and Lucy for help. But the moment this Space Ninja turns around, you know something's up.
バートンたちはここで待機しておれ。
え？はい。
New location, something different. They are stronger than they look, really. They just look like little goobers, but... And Burton immediately figures out that this thing was using its own intelligence to absolutely trick us. Now, obviously, the Space Ninja have a hierarchy, and I thought as you go up the colors, they get smarter, which seems to be the case, but it also seems like that these Space Ninja aren't necessarily as much of a hive mind as I thought they were. Although they are a hive mind toward the Ninja Gum, they all do have their own personalities, and this low-ranking Chocoman Space Ninja decided, okay, I am able to fake being sickly to get these kids to trust me, and then suddenly I can get led to the Ninja Gum, and now I can call on my friends to help deal with the problem. That is actually kind of insane, because it's not really a hive mind. And while everybody's shocked, Lucy's pretty excited about this sudden Space Ninja army showing up. And what I really like about this is they do some really cool, this is where we get our action shot, our action scene for the episode. And they do some pretty cool still shots with the main characters here. They do some really cool, just small little animated shots. And even we get to see the members of the Extermination Squad kind of actually pull their own weight and exterminate some of the Space Ninja themselves. During this scene, though, it's interesting because Genryusai kind of brings up, it's like, I've seen these Space Ninja in countless battles now. It seems like gum weapons are more effective, but then you immediately cut over to the members of the Extermination Squad able to deal with the Space Ninja also by vaporizing them with just ninjutsu and the kunai and the swords. But they don't look like ninja gum weapons as they normally would, which makes me think that something might be going on behind the scenes with the Oniwambanshu still that we're not being led on. And I think there is a theory running around right now that because of all the ninja gum research and because the WNA is being so secretive about that, and because the security division's run by Alan might be sneaking some of his security division or even the Extermination Squad ninja gum. So eventually we might actually have members of the Oniwambanshu that are directly opposed to Burton, Jane, Ron, and Bareka kind of sneak into the academy as kids and have to deal with them that way, which is a very interesting running theory, and I think it does have some credibility going behind it. But overall, with this scene here with the action shots, it's really nice. Some very nice art. I will say it is weird to see Emma hold the skateboard sideways. You would think in the still shots they'd have Emma fighting with like kick flips and her breakdancing thing on the board. No, she just smacks things like straight up with the side of the board in stills, which is really cool. But these are kind of like nice little stills when they pull out their weapons and they start exterminating the Space Ninja, and it's really nice. And Genryusai was like, all right, I'm gonna fight too. And I think this is just a really comedic bit in this where he's like, no, as Burton says, Genryusai, stay back. We got it from here. And he's like, no, I'm fighting. And then he's like, I'm still in my prime. Immediately cracks his back, and he's like, oh. It's just, you have to have a little comedy in episodes like this, especially leading up to like an action scene. I think Genryusai breaking his back is really funny because we haven't seen Genryusai do too much action. I think we will going forward, though, in the anime as things get more intense. But obviously, the Extermination Squad shows up. They're able to deal with the Space Ninja, and that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, what's very interesting about this, though, is that a lot of people end up kind of seeing this situation as well. Not just the kids fighting these extraterrestrial life forms, but these Oniwambanshu members of the Extermination Squad members also fighting members of the Space Ninja. And it's really weird because the people don't really see this, but the WNA is like a well-established organization, so I'm wondering if more people know about like what the WNA actually is. Like, it's for ninja descendants. I'm wondering if that's like just a common knowledge in the world, because they're not surprised about the kids beating up the Space Ninja with like the weapons and stuff. However, something I do notice in the one scene here with this, in this scene, is Lucy's weapon, because Lucy actually has most of the motion shots here for this, because obviously Lucy's like the big fighter of the group and extremely strong. The one thing they do with Lucy's weapon here is you can see the line work of it, and you can see some of the shading on her scrap saber, but it's not fully shaded in, which is really funny. So you have the effect going behind the screen, but like the top of her weapon is transparent. That is a small mistake that was probably just overseen in editing, because it is only a literal 2-second scene, and unless you have a paused frame like I do on my monitor right now, you would not notice it. But yes, no, her weapon's transparent. I think they forgot to color it in the green scrap saber color, which is what it's meant to be. But again, the people don't seem too shocked at the end of this scene, and the police kind of get called in as the main There are 5 characters that are still around, are hanging there, and it's kind of same old in the Ninjala world, but what ends this episode, I think, is the big scene. Oh my god! Are they actually gonna... Oh, you had to... Oh my god, okay! I did say, like, a couple episodes ago, I'm like, please animate the giant local soda bottle if they can. I think we're gonna get it. Wait, if that's the case, though, that means Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 are happening, like, almost at the exact same time. You guys know anything about Story Mode Chapter 1? It's framed the exact same way in the panel, in Story Mode Chapter 1, Part 4. There's like 4 chapters in the actual story mode in the game. You have to beat 1 chapter each. So story mode chapter 1 part 4 has almost a eerily similar shot to what we see at the end of this episode. And if you guys know anything about this game, if you guys know anything about Ninjala and Ninjala story mode chapter 1, you know where this is going, and it's something I've been wanting to see animated for a long time, and I'm very glad that we're gonna go get to see it in the next episode. Overall, though, I would say I was impressed. I was actually impressed with this episode. Again, while there are a couple things off model and there's nothing like too action heavy or too like main plot focused, I think the bits and pieces of information that we were kind of fed very little by little here was very interesting and opened up some theories that obviously there's there's multiple ninja gum factories that might even be in multiple regions. Specifically for members of the World Ninja Association, because again, it is the WNA. I want to point out it is the World Ninja Association, is known around the world, which is why they might have multiple sources of ninja gum. But I love the information that we get kind of fed a little bit, that the Space Ninja are more intelligent than they let on. They're not as hive-mindy when they're lower ranks as I thought they were initially. I thought that was a really cool thing. I also like the development of Burton. Again, he wanted to just research something and ended up screwing something up, which unfortunately he has done quite a lot lately. But I think this is gonna be like a big, I think this whole part with the Space Ninja happening in season 2 right now, I think this is actually gonna be a huge development for Burton. While we have gotten a lot of Burton kind of self-doubting himself a lot in season 1, while he has a little bit of self-doubt in season 2 here of the Ninjala anime, he is a bit more confident in himself, and while he does still make mistakes, the reason he's making mistakes is because he is trying to get back to normal, and he is willing to kind of break convention to do that, even if he has to break something or start doubting himself. Because the way I see it, the WNA doesn't really care right now about the side effects of the ninja gun. The WNA doesn't even, in fact, know that Burton's a kid. The only person who does is, obviously, Alan, the only one Bonashu, and Genryusai. And the only person who knows that Ron is a kid is Burton and Bareka. So, well, Burton, Bareka, and maybe the other members of the main cast now, it's not entirely established, but either way, going forward, I think we are going to see some huge development on the WNA side of things with Burton and Ron, which I think is going to be really important, because while we had a lot of that at the beginning of Season 1, we don't really have a lot of that at the beginning of Season 2, but I think some really important things are going to be happening overall in Season 2. Next episode's looking to be really fun, as I believe it's literally called the Space Ninja Attack on Eagle City. But yeah, I think overall the episode was fine. Not my favorite episode. That still goes to episode 20 right now, like the finale of Season 1, but it's nice to see this continuing story go forward and see exactly what the heck they're going to do with that. So, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you, of course, thought of this episode down in the comment section below. I'm excited to hear what you guys think is going to happen going forward. Again, I love to hear your guys' crazy theories. I think a lot of people are actually, like, truly enjoying the Ninjala anime as they play the Ninjala game, and I don't blame you. I think this is a great way to connect back to the game and kind of gives a lot of us ideas and stuff that I've mentioned before, but it's nice to see a lot of people supporting this and seeing the Ninjala anime get supported, and I can't be more grateful for everybody who's doing it, because I think they have done a really good job with continuing the lore of Ninjala, which I know people have been wanting for a long time. So, of course, if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more of it, all you got to do is, of course, hit that like and subscribe button for me, because I do these Ninjala anime discussions every week, as well as other video content going forward. I got a lot of other stuff planned, and I'm glad you guys are all enjoying the content. I will see you guys in the next video. I will see you guys in the next Ninjala anime episode. Before I go on my trip, just to let you know, I'm recording this, and I will have one more Ninjala anime reaction going up next week. Obviously, this is the episode 22. I'll have episode 23 going up next week. As episode 23 goes up next week, we're not getting that till later this week. That's going to be the last Ninjala anime reaction I do before I go on my trip, so don't expect to see my episode 24 reaction anytime during the weekend next week, even when the episode goes live, because I will be going that entire weekend at my convention to Too Many Games, hanging out with a bunch of friends and stuff like that. I'll bring cameras and I'll take little video clips, so we're gonna have a good time. I get to see all my friends again this year, so all my content creator friends again this year. So hope you all enjoyed, and of course, until then, this is CAJ Man 777 signing off. Stay safe, everybody.